Welcome back, guys. In today's video we are going to be doing a whimsical room tour with a shaky hand and a full heart. Now, I've done this video on my TikTok account, so you guys should go check that out because I post literally 3 times a day to 4 times a day there, and I live stream almost every single day there, so I am almost always active on that account. So if y'all wanted to see that room tour, which is also whimsical, go check that out. But I wanted to give you guys your own version of that in case you don't watch my TikToks. So let's get right into it. So let's go. It's also a little bit of a pet update because, you know, things change. My channel changes. Yeah. So walking in, you'll notice there is stuff outside of my room that I love. There is stuff that I don't want to show you guys right now, but I will show you Mira. She's my literal, like, almost as tall as me giraffe plushie because I'm a huge collector of literally everything. I got her when I was like 9 for Christmas, or 10. I think I was 9, from Santa Claus, and she somehow fit down the chimney. She's beautiful. She guards my room, and then I have some few trinkets and whimsical things like my Shopkin and Hatchimal collectible collections out here just because there's not room in my room. And then I also have a calendar on the outside of my door, my purse that I take to work with me, and then also Mrs. Claus, my troll I thrifted last semester in college, and I painted her face and gave her little white freckles, and I restored her basically. She was like really bad when I got her from Goodwill, and I fixed her up, gave her a bath, made her a little bit better, so she also guards the entryway to my whimsical room. This, by the way, is my mom's purse, but I took it in basically and decided it was mine because she didn't really use it. But here's a quick overview of my room. Starting over here, I have my wonderful Calico Critter collection. This is where I have all of my Calico Critters that aren't in a diorama display. These guys, the Latte Cat family, aren't even opened, and then I got this Penguin family from you guys. I've had that Mouse family forever. Some little woodsies are hiding in there, but mostly they're Calico Critters or civilian families, depending on where you're from. And then I also have some of my antique moose collection here because I love mooses ever since my hamster Moose I had. I just got this little hamster and this little chipmunk figure from Barnes & Noble. Don't look at that. Oopsies. This is a little flower my mom gave me after my leopard gecko Toast passed away a few days ago, which is something I'm going to update you guys on because he was a big part of this channel. And then I also have my pig collection. I got that from Aldi's. I made this pig out of clay because I do that. I'm a ceramicist. And then you guys got me all these Lulu pigs that are here. And then I also have a little frog toad shrine because I love frogs and toads. And I have my lava lamp and a bunch of My Little Pony cutouts that I colored and letters and things I can't show you. And then I also painted Soren from Guardians of Gahoo, my favorite movie right here. I love this painting. And then here's some drawings of my birds that are still with us. This is a little distorted hamster drawing I did on vacation. I mentioned I have my porcupine family here, and I have a bunch of Calico Critters back there in this little wooden house that I got from my grandparents. And then a friend painted that painting for me because I love the woods. And then that's the little tiger cat from K-pop Demon Hunters that I made out of clay with this crow that I made. Some earrings from my American Girl dolls. And then this is a really cute little porcelain container that I just put little mini things in, like a little mini baby, a mini mochi cat, and other things like that. Here at the bottom of my letter and sticker collection mirror. Ew, don't look at my foot. Actually, this is my foot right now. Okay, down here is where I put a bunch of stuff I made that's like a mix of mediums of like stuffed animals and clay or plastic. So people don't always understand this, but basically this is a little baby doll that I had as a kid growing up that I took its head out of its body and gave it the body of this thrifted vintage bear. And then I put like hair glued around the face. I also painted her face and made her like prettier with freckles. And then in her lap are a bunch of clay face plushies I made out of clay. So there's like a beanie baby cat that I made into this little vintage looking, kind of creepy looking clay face. This is another one. This is my little lamb. Hello. I call her my cottage cheese lamb because of her hair. And then I also have this little Dorothy bear I call. She's crying. And then this is a thrifted Lalaloopsy I got as well that I thought matched the vibe over here. And then my 2 jelly cats that I made in high school in ceramics. So I thought they're cute. And I am I am allergic to peanuts, which is why I made that, because I love that jelly cat. Below all this, we have a bunch more. We have a bunch of books and things, and then I just got all these duck trinkets for free, and I put them here in a little troll too. That's a little pie tic-tac-toe board I made out of clay, and then another trinket thing, but it's a Precious Moments that says my birth month, September. And then below that are books and trinkets. I have a ton of books. I love horror books and also thrillers, so that's what that is. And then I have my clown collection and my Precious Moments collection. I made that little clown, and then that's my favorite little cow. And then I did get this for Christmas. I love this little blind box roly-poly cat. And then this is my little music box. That's a unicorn because I love whimsy maxing, and I use this every night to tell my birds it's time for bed. I just got that little porcelain Precious Moments doll. And then I have a collection of chickens and lambs over here with my Precious Moments plush doll. Down here is more books and my Avatar kind of collection with Natiri, and then a little Lego one. And then I also have my Gremlins that I just got. This looks like, I love these little things. It's been my dream to get E.T. or the Gremlin one. And you can actually switch his faceplate, which is super cool. And I love this movie, and I love Gizmo. Oh my gosh. And that is also the book Alchemicize that I got for Christmas, but I already read it, but I think it's funny. A dresser with clothes and some trinkets. I got this little one for Christmas. Her eyes move. She's from Five Below. And then you guys sent me this Labubu. I would never buy a Labubu, but I just wanted to experience it. And then that's my little pig that I got. It's like fake crochet, but it's okay. And then mac and cheese, my favorite food. And these are like magnets. This is my hamster's old cages, you guys know, that will be used for hamsters in the future. But for right now, I know I'm not getting a hamster until I'm done with schooling, just because I can either have a hamster or another leopard gecko, which I'll get to in a moment. But I can't have a hamster for a little bit because bedding is expensive and stuff. So I've been using this cage as storage for the time being, before I sell some of my stuff and, you know, move on in life. But I love my stuffed animals, so I put them all in here to like save space. And yes, I have that many stuffed animals. Maybe slightly a problem. Also up here are all my homemade and non-homemade fugglers. I just made this one, which is Jennifer, I think. Or no, this is, I forget their names right now, but I just made two twin sister fugglers. You can see that on my TikTok. And then I have more homemade fugglers back there, and some store-bought ones. And then I also have my Coraline doll that my mom got me. Toothless Build-A-Bear, Twilight Build-A-Bear, some more fugglers, and Eve from Wall-E. And then I also have my two scarves that I love here. One from my grandma and one from my neighbor who passed away. Here is my lovely Wallace and Gromit shrine, and also my Calvin and Hobbes book collection, comic books. And then I also have my American Girl dolls down there that I'll show you. This could turn on. So I turned it on for some blinding light, whimsical maxing. I'll show that in my last little overview of my room. But over here I have this bunny that I thrifted from Toys R Us Vintage. It's supposed to be the Velveteen Rabbit. I named him Wallace because he reminds me of the Were-Rabbit. And then this is obviously Sean. And then I just found this at a garage sale for $1, but this is freaking the dog from Shaun the Sheep. W find. The kids that had him hardly played with him, so he's perfect, and definitely didn't know what he was from. But he's so cute, and I love him so much, especially his little hat. Like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. Little sheep that reminds me of Wallace and Gromit right there. And then under here, this is like a stepladder to get into the hamster cage, as you guys know. Under here, I have a little manatee magnet, and then my lookalike American Girl doll, and then my two Welly Wishers that I love. One has hazel eyes, and then the other one is like beach themed, but they stay down here, but I love them. I do have like a Calico Critter house down here that I'm not using right now that I got for Christmas. She deserves a mention because she's cute. I just don't have her put together right now, so ignore that. Of course, my bed area, which is like my favorite area ever. It has so many things that I love. I also have a ton of stuff up here above my bed, as you can see. And this net is mainly new stuffed animals or vintage ones, or my ESA or ESSAs, like Douglas stuffed animals and ones you sent me. Like you can see some Douglases, some jelly cats, and some very special stuffed animals to me. Some that I got at a market, like that jellyfish crochet, and then also my very only banana squishmallow. I want more. I have a bunch of squishmallows in my closet you guys can't see, but I want more banana themed ones. Point shoes from Dance up here, and then that ghost painting I painted over like a vintage painting from Goodwill a long time ago that I love. I'll show that in better detail. So let's go up here. I'll stand on my bed to show you. My Palm Pal collection squeezed kind of in between. I also have a big jellyfish Palm Pal there that I got recently. And then I just got a lot of these recently from you guys. That unicorn, there's a sugar glider, there's a wolf that I also got. This tabby cat's new, and this little lop bunny is new, and then the rest aren't new, but there's like a guinea pig, a cow, an alligator, a fawn, which I love, the bat, which I love, the avocado, the tabby cat I just got, eggnog from Christmas, carrot. This is technically by Aurora, but not a Palm Pal. This little bunny, he's fat, I named him Angus. This is a banana that I love named Peely. A little monster from school that I got, and then obviously I just said those. And then up there is my actual like authentic troll collection with some Disney ones. I also have a collection of DreamWorks ones in a bag in the hallway, but those are some mini ones that I think are actually cute that I put up there. I also have a Stitch up there that you can't see, and some Bob's Burgers things. I made that kimchi, and then I got Tina for Christmas, and then I thrifted this girl, and she's supposed to be me if I was in the whimsical forest that I am, wearing an acorn hat, and that's also supposed to be me with a little monkey shirt that I love. And then that's the painting I did of a dog and a kid and their parents. It's supposed to be me and my brother, my parents, and Raina. And then there's like ghosts over the water, and I painted the little moon too. Close-up of everyone in the net, so I love them so much. There's a lot of Jellycat lookalikes, and then actual Jellycats and Douglas stuffed animals, and this homemade sock monkey with jewelry, and Gingy, my little Aurora gingerbread man, little crazy shroom there, potato dressed as a shark, and there's a lot, but yeah. I have like 1,000 as well. I have my LPS stuffed animals I got. This one's of a cow or a bull, and then a little penguin and a panda. My realistic panda you guys got me, named Poe, down here looking at y'all. He's super cool. And then I also have Meatball. This is Meatball. I just rescued him and performed surgery on him. This is Miss Freya, named after a dog I work with that I was going to use for a art thing, and then I fell in love with her quality even though I thrifted her. And then this is Juniper, who I also thrifted, and she's beautiful. And then of course this is my really cool LPS display case collector set that you guys got me of Wave 4, and I love them so much that I put them on my bed so that I can like just love them. And I just love the case. It's a beautiful pink panda case, and it's so cool. Right now, my theme for my bed stuffed animals and pillows is different than it's ever been. You guys got me this weighted white dragon that I named Liam. I love him so much, so he goes right there. And then I also just got this little baby that I low-key forget his name right now, but I got him as a joke from you guys. And then this is the other thing besides the Wallace and Gromit dog. I also got this really cute baby Yoda or Grogu plush from the garage sales that we went to, and I've always wanted this version of Grogu because I've had the vinyl dolls but never this one, so I finally got this one for my Grogu collection. And then this is Russell, my really cute thrifted floppy dog. I forget their name. Sharpoo. I also just got Maxwell. This is a thrifted vintage bear that I've been sleeping with every night. He's so special to me. And then I also have a frog back there and a toad back there. His name is Toad. But the theme right now is mainly frog collection or Build-A-Bear frogs specifically. Bluey here that you guys got me a Huggable of, which I love Bluey, so this is so cute. And this is my first Huggable. It's like a Squishmallow. I also got Peanut, the squirrel, from you guys. And these are my face masks and different things over here. And I also got this cutie patootie Amazon dog that's like a jelly cat. I'm forgetting his name right now. I forgot what I named him right now, but he's so cute and he smells really good. And then I thrifted this tie-dye Build-A-Bear frog, which is super cool. And I also thrifted this one that actually has a strawberry cotton candy scent named Petunia. I don't have a name for that one. You guys got me this baby frog for my collection. And then this is Frank, who I got for my birthday a few years ago from Build-A-Bear. And I'm hoping to get another Build-A-Bear this year for my birthday soon because we're celebrating it this summer early, so I'm super excited. I have my Pachaco Build-A-Bear up there and my pumpkin cat that I got for my last birthday online up there. And I've also those Build-A-Bears over there. Couple like vintage Build-A-Bears I thrifted. Anyways, over here is my bedside table. Boards up there. And then over here is my LPS card collection and some stickers. And then whatever I'm reading I usually put over here. And then I have my crystals. I have a couple LPS literally everywhere. This is my favorite. One of my favorite LPS molds is this beige bowl. I only have one of him. I wish I have two. He's from Five Below though, so I put him here. And then I also have a little fingerling monkey that I painted silver and painted her eyes like kind of like those clowns from France. And then this is a little Snoopy I made in high school that I love. Basically a paperweight. And then this is one of my favorite Beanie Boos named Pickle. I pierced his ears recently. He just sits here. And then I have a little LPS strip club right here and my lavender water I spray my pillows with every night. And I even have some LPS in this little red sock shoe thing from when I was a baby. It's the turtle and the little ladybug. Here I do have Toast because basically, guys, sadly, Toast passed away a few days ago from an unknown condition, most likely genetically, because I did get him from a rescue situation. He also might have had like some liver disease or something like that because he passed unexpectedly. Did not really show much signs besides a few things that I now know to look for. He was struggling to shed for like a week, which he'd never done, but that's about it. He didn't lose dramatic weight or anything, but it was really upsetting. And now I am looking to get a new leopard gecko, but I've had my grieving period for the past few weeks. It's been really hard, but I did make this out of clay to represent him because he was kind of spluted out like this when I found him, but also this is how he loved to be. So I hope he passed in the least amount of pain as possible, but to cope, I kind of made this, and you can see more about his passing and his funeral on my TikTok if you guys want to know. I just have trouble talking about it. Down here is some of my Mariah Elizabeth and my fake Sunny Angel collection. This is also something from my childhood. I also have more books, of course, and some things I made out of clay, and some cutouts from my fake Sunny Angel packaging. And I keep some LPS packaging down here for art. And then this is my kaleidoscope from when I was little, and I really love it. So cool. My brother had a blue one. I love this. You can see I do have this blanket down because I really love having it down so that I can play with my LPS and stuff and just lay here, and like I love it so much. And then I also have this really cute Douglas wiener dog named Brutus that you guys just got me, and I love putting him here to watch my birds. I think he's so cute here. And then I also have my LPS house here that I made out of an old vintage LPS, not LPS, but out of an old house that my grandpa and grandma had. I put the popsicle sticks and painted it, cleaned it really good, and painted everything about it. I painted it purple, little button flowers to the front, and put sand decals up there and painted everything white because it used to be yellow and kind of ugly. And then this is the backyard of the house. I put a little backdrop for like the backyard. There's a little fake flocked Great Dane LPS and this little thing from my childhood that I thought was cute, like a little camper, and that's a little rock I painted. And just little like fairy garden stuff back here. There's also, let me turn the light on. Hold on. There we go. There's like little starlights. And then this is my little vintage Beanie Baby cat that reminds me of Wallace and Gromit on her swing that I made that I need to fix. It's about to fall off. I'll fix that. Don't worry. And then I also have my frog, Christmas frog I got from the Goodwill, and my plans for this summer. And then my Monchichi are on top of the house right now. They used to be on top of the cage. We'll get to that. As for the house, I have a tour on TikTok of it, but I'll show you real quick. I have a little a little koi pond here. There's a little bench over here, and then there's this Timberwolf is sleeping in her teenager room with her like cars and her dinosaur toy. This is the bathroom. And then this is the little Miss Fox and her like more like younger sister vibe room with little cutouts of animals that she relates to because she's an animal. This is her little potted plant it fell over. She has some sushi and a rug. And then down here is a little dog in the kitchen with some food I made out of clay, little fairy garden stuff. A really cute G6 bulldog that's glittery that I thrifted is in the living room. Some stuff has fallen around, I don't know why. Little pine cones I found, and then little hedgehogs from like a fairy garden setup, and little wooden bowls from like Michael's. Next to that house is of course my window that I forgot to mention. That little painting my hamster did before he passed. It's like a little thing where you can have them walk on it so that their paw prints are on it. So I made that for Moose who passed away. And then this is my bedside, not my bedside, oops. This is my little cubicle thing. And this is the LPS, oh my gosh, I can't stop saying LPS. This is Toast's enclosure, no longer Toast's because he did pass away and we did bury him, but I'm setting it up for a new baby gecko that we're getting this week or next week. Of course, we have another Gardens of Gahoo painting there, a little coloring I did during Christmas, and then that is one of my favorite characters from the new Avatar movie, Varang, and then some cute cutout from like my favorite cartoons. This is a letter from my grandma that I cherish. This, one of you guys painted of Moose for me when Moose was still here with us. That's me sleeping when I was a baby. That's Moose's pedigree from the ethical breeder I got him from. And then some like hopeful cutouts I put here, and my friend made that for me when I turned 18 last year of like all my LPS collection at the time, which it's like quadrupled now, which is crazy. And then just other really cute like Halloween and paintings I did of my past animals. And like Pusheen and Hello Kitty and like a little hamster drawing I did. We have my birds who are doing great. I have been taking good care of them. They're getting pretty old, which is crazy. But if you didn't know, that is Sky and Kiwi, and I've had them for literally like 6 years. I've been working on getting Sky through a little sickness he had, and now I'm just trying to take good care of them. I just got them a new toy and a new cuddle bone. And today is strawberry day, so they got strawberries in their food, and they really like that. And then over here is a little poster I made when I was like in 6th grade. And then here's some LPS and blind box cutouts I did. And then a little heart I made out of a pine tree that is like dead now, but I love it. Like, I'll show you what I have going on over here. So this is the larger humid hide that I got for Toast because he outgrew the other one. And there's paper towels because that is what we are going to be doing to quarantine, obviously, a new baby gecko to watch its stool and stuff. And I'm keeping it simplistic as well for it being a baby. All that I need now is this piece of wood that I'm going to bake that's going to be something for it to rub against when it's shedding. And then I need to pick up some small crickets, small mealworms, and small dubia roaches to feed it every day. And I've been reviewing some information on leopard geckos for it so I can do better with it than I did with Toast. I did bury Toast with one of these dinosaur figures because there used to be 2 of this long neck dinosaur in here making a heart. I buried Toast with one of them, and this other one's for the baby. And then of course we have a brand new calcium bowl, and I still have dubia roaches left, but they're all pretty big. I just fed them some strawberries. And I have one like lone cricket left, but I need to get more of those when I get the gecko, and I'm still not sure which gecko I'm getting, so that is something I'm looking into. I also just got this hydrometer to make sure my humidity doesn't go too high, and I am going to be really careful with this new baby, and I will document it, at least for TikTok, maybe for you guys too. Something that's happening, this is the cage I have in my room for my geckos, but I do have like a 150-gallon cage for school that I want my gecko to live in forever once I get like settled in one spot. But for now, because I know I'm going back to school in the fall, this is my at-home tank. It is small, but it's fine for the baby. And then at school, for most of the year, the gecko lives in a much bigger enclosure with much more enrichment. And I'm going to try and do a new substrate in a few weeks after the quarantine period that is going to be 70% topsoil without fertilizer and 30% kids play sand that has been baked and cleaned, and then maybe some of this excavator clay, because I really want my next gecko to grow on the experience that Toast gave me. And you guys know I love Toast, and it's so sad. Anyways, I cleaned everything really well as well, just in case it was something that could spread to the new gecko. More books here, and then this is my owl that I made out of clay. As you guys know, barn owls are my favorite animal pretty much. I also love deer and cats and leopard geckos, but I just love this little guy. I've been making a lot of clay sculptures on my TikTok and on Instagram, so go check that out. I also have a little alien sculpture shrine over here and Wallace and Gromit shrine that I made clay sculptures of, and Feather McGraw. And there's this little goblin guy I made that I used this plushie to give him a body, but he's like a little pig gremlin. I love him. And then some little trinkets and jewelry on this dish. And then of course I keep my leopard gecko information and stuff here. I also have a closet dedicated to my pets, so don't worry. And then I moved all my Beanie Boos back into my cubicles to show off my collection because I love Beanie Boos. I have a bunch of Beanie Boos up there and in there. So this is just my main collection, but I have like more dispersed throughout my plushie collection. And I also have a little LPS there. little squirrel, and a little calico critter. And I love them. I just thrifted this unicorn Beanie Boo that I love. And then I have my Wally corner. And then I also have a few of these cool blind boxes you guys got me. And I love Wally, so there's that. And my favorite candle. Random fairy door there. I love those. And then, of course, the birds be vibing. They love their home. This way I have all of the LPS that I keep on display or like outside of my closet where I keep majority of my collection are out here. They're mainly like newer ones I just unboxed from you guys and just ones I wanted to display in this wooden display case from college, and then some cubicle ones that I got, and then this really cute little set here, and then my friend painted this picture of a little reindeer because that's like my favorite mold is the deer mold. And then, of course, this is the new wave. There's actually wave 6 out now, too, but I'm trying to keep up. I got this sent to me from you guys on Amazon. And then this is a little pet pears that's cute. And I'm going to put all this stuff away soon. Besides this house that I got thrifting, I'm going to keep the house out because I thrifted it. So it's pretty cool to me. And I put some of these new sweet and sour LPS that I finally found at Five Below on display on it because I feel like they're like blacklight pets and I don't want them mixed with my collection of LPS in plastic bags that I have organized that nobody gets to see because I don't want their paint to come off on other LPS. And then I have a bunch of LPS that I got in this carry case thing. And then you guys also sent me some of these influencer sets. And then these are all just cards that I need to put away. And of course LPS that I need to put away. So quite crazy. Back of my door, I have my Vera Bradley purses. I have more over there, as you guys probably saw. I also have some cute Bob's the Burgers magnets on my window that's broken right now. I don't want to talk about it. And I also have this little flower thing I made from leaves outside. And then I also have my can collection that I brought from college. And I also have this cute little homemade rabbit from my grandma, some little trinkets I found outside, a little feather I found from a hawk, a cute perfume bottle, and then this is a spice rack that I thrifted that I put little, don't fall bro, don't fall. Oh, I'll show you what that is in a sec. This is all little trinkets that I put in here and things I made, like little frogs I made out of clay. I got that really cute popsicle for Christmas, some Beanie Boo trinkets, some really cool woman figurines. These are some of Toast's last pieces of skin that he shed before he passed because I had to help him a lot with this shed. His immune system was shutting down rapidly and he couldn't shed, and that should have been my first indicator that something really bad was happening. And I just thought like, okay, this is a bad shed, but it was something far worse. And then I have Walton grommet magnets on my busy calendar, a little cool thing, pretty cool. And then I have my little, don't look at that, my little keychain collection here, and then my little poster wall, art wall. In my closet, I have a bunch of clothes, a bunch of stuffed animals. There's my pretty Webkinz owl, barn owl, and then I have some thrifted vintage babies up here, and then I'm going to open the other side of the closet to show you my Calico Critter dioramas that I have up here. Here's all my clothes. My favorite purse is actually in here, and then up there is where I keep my Calico Critters that are on display. With like homemade food that I made for them, and those are 2 Calico Critter houses that I've always had as a kid because I was blessed like that. And then that other one under my bed is a newer one I thrifted. And then down here, this is my big container of LPS under a bunch of purses that I do get out. It's like a system of organized chaos. And then I do have my like stuffed animals Squishmallow collection, and also Beanie Baby collection that decided to fall on top of my 2 Grogu dolls. This one is actually like I cut his head off to try and do stuff, and then I had to glue back on, but this one's perfect. This is named Betty? No, Ugly Betty or whatever from that show, and then that's Yogu, like yogurt. But I don't know why all my Beanie Babies decided to fall out of their basket that's overflowing. It's like it's overflowing or something. Anyways, it's very chaotic in here, but I know where everything is, and it's very whimsical as well. Recently decorated this LPS house with my LPS accessories that I've been waiting to use from sets that I got recently. So I absolutely love it, and it's so cute and I love it so much. This is chaotic, but outside of my room I do have my LPS customs on display because when I had them in bags with my normal LPS, when it got hot and humid out, especially in my room, it gets really hot, they started to stick together and ruin my customs, so I decided to put them all out here in my art gallery with the rest of my ceramics from high school mainly. My newer college ceramics is in my other art room downstairs, but as you can see, these are all my customs. I also painted this cupcake randomly, but some of my first customs were these chocolate cats that I was obsessed with making as my mascots. As you can see, the alien eyes is indicator of my first customs, and then these are some weird ones because basically I took just an LPS body and used clay to make an LPS head. So they look like kind of weird, but I love them. And their eyes actually go inwards. But these are like otters, and then this is like a little like ram devil thing that I love. And then this was my very first custom. You can tell. I think I might try and salvage it one day and like just get back to the nice G6 Dashhound mold from it, but I also have a lot of love for it even though it's horrible. And then I hated the butterfly mold from G6. It's like the only G6 I don't like, so I turned it into a fly with clay eyes. So I wanted to show that to you guys. Kind of crazy. But my newer ones, you can tell, like this is supposed to be toothless on one of my favorite molds, the chameleon mold. Pretty smooth paint job. Love how cool the eyes turned out. This is like a sad little walrus that I painted. Love how seasick he looks. I tried to make Tigress out of like a weird G6 mold, and I think it kind of turned out kind of cool, kind of bad. This is like a little alien dog I made out of another weird mold that I actually quite like. And then a little alien bug that I love. And then I really love some of these ones that don't look the best because I just like the vibe. Like this is a cute little otter that I made and gave whiskers to. Quite cute, still early on. And then paint job's still not great, but you know, little llama. This one is having issues with its paint that I'm trying to fix. I haven't been customizing LPS for a while, but some of these are cute. This is a cartoon look I went for, like from Garfield. And then my most recents are my Anthro customs, which are basically LOL doll bodies with LPS heads. So this is my green avatar one using a giraffe head on it. This one I made in pretty weird conditions at my friend's house. But my favorite alien custom was this one. She is super cool and she's actually very well done. Like the head type is one of those non-bobbly ones from G like 4 or something, and she's supposed to be like just like the stereotypical avatar, so I love her. Her head actually bobbles, and you'll see. And then my most recent ones, this is like a cute little girl dog who's like chocolate colored. Her head doesn't bobble because I glued it on. And then my most recent is my little cow named Otis with his head tilt. I really love him. I think he's beautiful. Sorry, she. And then lastly, my one that I made with that other dog is this beautiful German Shepherd that I tried to make hyper realistic to German Shepherd coloring because I owned a German Shepherd, so I do know what they look like. So I went with that, and I really like how she turned out with her little freckle mole thing that female German Shepherds have, and that's the type of dog I had. So yeah, of my whimsical room before I leave you guys to digest everything you just saw and realize you can whimsy max even harder than you already thought you were. Anyways, I love my room so much. Also, I forgot to mention my slippers and my cute rug. But I think I mentioned pretty much everything else. Love my little lights and my little Halloween masks and things like that from performances, and my mom made that flower for me. And yeah, I absolutely love my room. I could freaking like just live in my room every day, and actually I kind of do. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you love it as much as I do. I know it's like organized chaos, but that is what whimsy maxing is to me, and it's just being authentically yourself. So don't be afraid to be yourself and make mistakes along the way, and I love you all. Bye!